Hello, folks. You lovely, lovely people, you. And welcome to the disco. I'm not going to try and dance because I'm an awful dancer. And nobody wants to... Actually, no, quite a few people probably want to see that. But if any students see that, they will undoubtedly clip it, put it on YouTube, share it about. And I can't be bothered dealing with that kind of stress. So, this is Disco Elysium. As far as I know, this has kind of crept out of nowhere. It is a CRPG. In the vein I've heard of Planescape Torment. Now, Planescape Torment for me is important for two reasons. First of all, it introduced me in a way to the Planescape setting, which was my favourite D&D setting from 2nd Ed. And inspired my early writing in many, many ways, and still does, realistically, the whole D&D multiverse theory. So I've always had a real thing for Planescape as a setting, but also Planescape Torment in particular, much more than Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, which I played before, I think. I definitely played Baldur's Gate 1 and Icewind Dale before. Baldur's Gate 2, it might have been after. I honestly can't remember. It's been a long time. I think I played Torment when I was at university. Maybe before I went to university. I don't know. Either way, you don't care. It's important for me because it was such a compelling and well-told story. And apparently Disco Elysium is a game that has similar kind of moralistic choices. I've read a couple of kind of soundbite reviews that said it's a little bit unfocused, but I haven't actually read any full reviews. I just know that it's currently sitting quite high when it comes to actual scores. So we're going to try it and see. So this is Demajen Tries Disco Elysium. Select archetype. Create your own. Physical. Sensitive. Yeah, that's me. A magnetic personality but unstable. Yeah, that's definitely me. I mean, no, that's not me at all. I'm not unstable. Extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. That actually is me. What's the create your own function like? This is a very interesting UI. Right, so... is motorics a word? I don't know. So we've got 4 stats. So what's the maximum stats? Genius. I see. So you've got a set pool. 12? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so you've got 12 points to play with. Yeah, I think... No, I'm going to make myself. Because physique... this basically is me. Realistically. See, that actually does sum me up quite well. Some people will argue that I'm actually quite smart, but I don't think I'm any smarter than great. But I am reasonably emotionally intelligent. I am physically terrible. Yeah, I'm 6'4", but I have a spinal injury, so there's only so much that I can go. But I'm reasonably agile with it. It's a shame that you can't get any mouse overs here. But no, I think we're going to go with that. Ooh. Select your signature skill. The skill you select will gain a +1 bonus. Additionally, the learning cap for every skill of the same type will be raised by 1. Drama, rhetoric, encyclopedia, logic. Do we get... Yeah, we do. Raw intellectual power, deduce the world. Produce fascinating trivia. Lie and detect lies. See art in the world. Make laws of physics work for the law. Keep your morale up. Hunches and gut feelings. Understand others. Intimidate the public. Connect to Station 41. I assume that's our base of operations as a detective. Charm men and women. That's not me at all. Half-light. Let the body take control. Tune into the city. This looks very, very deep. I think it's going to have to be one of these, really. Although a lot of people have said that realistically, empathy is one of my... Rigorous intellectual discourse. Lie and detect lies. See art in the world. This is character creation, and character creation is making me think. I like that a great deal. I think above all other things, I would consider myself an artist. But I don't necessarily understand other people's art all that well. I know a lot. Not necessarily a lot of anything of use, but I know a lot. I do enjoy good intellectual discourse because I'm a teacher, and also because I'm a teacher, I am an actor. Because 90% of teaching, whether your teachers will have ever admitted it to you or not, is acting. Lie and detect lies. See, I don't know how much these are going to... Ah, so that just adds 1. Oops. So that, yeah, so that adds 1. And sets the cap of all the others in that line to 1 more. Love and be loved by drugs. Hugs, not drugs, friends. I see. Again, because I know nothing about the game, I don't know whether we can increase these caps or anything later. Oh. Cool for ideologues, conversationalists, would-be politicians. Good for undercover cops, thespians of the stage, psychopaths. Cool for creatives, psychedelic fanciers, critics. Forensic societies, tactical fighters, math-minded people, diplomats, charmers, sociopaths, cops, cop aficionados, pretend cops. Interviewers, judges of character, dreamers, paranatural, mental creators. Cool for sane people. The non-suicidal. I think I'm going to go with empathy. I do like this painted art style. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Begin.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness.
Blackness.
Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Is this our hangover talking? The grain of malt whiskey reference. Is it whiskey? Yeah. Ever.
Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Okay.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, it is.
Give me some more.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing.
I like the voice acting.
Nothing upon nothing.
How about you cough up some more with that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Alonzi.
All right. Nothing down to
Beep.
fuck all borough.
Let's visit the ancient Zero Home.
Great choice, Elder One. It has always
Elder
been
One?
like this, and it always will.
Sing me the Song of Death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation.
Oh, I kind of recognise the voice actor.
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck, and I'm in it.
A stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound. A clarion call.
Interesting directional audio. Encyclopedia, medium success. I rolled an 11. Somehow you know what it is. A Capri Kinema motor carriage. Oh, and now it's come through the other ear as well. I hope that captures. Wow. That can't be comfortable. Are we wearing nothing but our underpants? Underpants? Wow, that is some very stylized artwork. I'll shift myself to there ever so slightly. Ugh. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. So as you can see, it's a point-and-click CRPG. Bathtub? Hold tab to highlight. Oh, so that highlights all the interactable things. That's a tie that's going around there. Door. Shirt. A white satin shirt, which we have put on. +1 conceptualization, a real statement to wear. -1's a suggestion because it smells. Wonderful. Trousers. Oh, flare cut? Really? Tight around the thighs. -1 savoir-faire. +1 electrochemistry. Tight around the crotch. Okay. Ceiling fan. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Pull on the fan. Ah! A terrible mistake! Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Bring it on. Oh! I've hurt myself. Brilliant. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. So I'm guessing this is bad. Yep, very bad. This is the end bad. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark, you don't even see a face like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Game over. 17 minutes in, and we have died. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drink I'd ever met, Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented. That ain't easy on the ticker. He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague, but I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case. Well, there we go, folks. First look now. I don't even do I even get? No, I don't get to load game because I haven't got anywhere. Let's try this again. That's really amused me. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. So I died from turning on the lights.
Never, ever an inordinate amount.
An awareness creeps up on you.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense
The dialogue is different.
Poured so much over yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Inland Empire, easy success. Fear and apprehension. She's asked what's out there first. I mean, what's waiting for me?
This giant ball there, in evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're juking it out. It's that large.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about, what's that?
Vying for resources is a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
That's sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
Okay, we're back. And we're waking up. And this time, we're not going to pull on the lights. Put some pants on. Where's that shirt? 8:06, day 1. Right. On the fan. Blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easy to reach the tie. You swoop up and catch the tie. It's released from the blades. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. Oh, that is vivid imagination, however. There's no negative to wearing that tie. Dear Lord. Oh, so we've only got 1 health, which is why looking at the lights killed us. A jacket. What's that? A smashed window. Broken window. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. Assess the damage. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. Did I break it with my own hands? A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. What did this then? More likely a projectile than a held object. There were no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in an impact. Assess the size of the impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavier and larger than your fist. The bottle. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which coincidentally is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have 1. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. I should go and get that shoe. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. What's that? An empty cassette case. Don't think I want to be turning on the... How did it say we got to the balcony? We have to go out. Also, let's put on the other shoe first. You must value privacy. The door has been locked from the inside. Yes. Oh, do I not have the key? Oh, let's You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Liqueurs, even. Fab. Mirror. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Conceptualization, challenging success. Was this not the same Elan that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. That's what happens when I look in the mirror as well. In fact, that's remarkably like me, I think. It's even got the quite red nose. I like this idea that the different parts of your psyche seem to be having their own internal dialogue. I hope that continues throughout the game. Suddenly you realise you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapour. Really? Nothing? Really? All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. Wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort! You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you'll never unbecome it. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with it. What? What's wrong? Where to even begin? There's the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sorry? Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it, and it doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drink it's absorbed for you. At least my tongue is okay. It's not. It's swollen, snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. I'm scared. I want to stop this now. Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone is going to see it. Behold! Those are some impressive sideys. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic. Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or, wait, is that an expression? You're trying to make an expression with that face. Why? I'm not making it. The face is making it itself. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Okay. Oh my god, you can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You've worn that grin onto your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? It's an expression of pain. You are correct. Encyclopedia, formidable. 13. Dig deep in your mind to locate the source of the expression. Oh, these are skill checks. Electrochemistry, impossible. 18. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. Let the mirror be. Fail. Formidable fail. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. Let the mirror be. This is very, very bizarre. Oh, I guess we need to use the tape. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Can I... Ah! Oh, so that little blinking icon is something that you can use to do stuff. Perception hearing. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. You fish them out. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. I love how we're just staggering around. Oh, hello. Right, I need a shoe first. Oh. Aha! I'm really liking this art style. Green snake skin shoes. +1 composure. -1 savoir-faire. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know. I should probably look that up. Task complete. Find your other shoe. +10 experience gained. There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like 2 baby crocodiles. How do they fit? Good. They're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. There's a guide out there. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. So every time the little spinning thing comes up, that's a thought, I guess. There's something on the table. Money gained. The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Wait, hold on. If this takes us out the apartment, where does that door go to? It doesn't. Oh, at least we're walking like a normal human being now.
Hello, officer.
Hi. Class, yeah? Miss Orange Disco Dancer. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city. Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Then why did you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting
I'm
me.
not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
Ah.
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
The voice acting is interesting. It's kind of very blasé and almost kind of like the opposite of trying too hard. It's lacking in any kind of emotion. Logic, medium success. You have no doubt about the drinking, but do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. That's not going to work. Who in the right mind would let me be an officer of the law? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. That's a little bit critical. I might not know where I am, or who I am, or what a Kuprikanima is. Why don't I remember being a cop? Could it be because of the drinking? She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. She nods. But I do know when someone's not telling me the whole story. What am I doing here? What's my case? She takes a long drag before speaking. There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops. Why didn't you just tell me that? I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Suggestion? Challenging 12. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her, physically. It is a red check. Cannot be tried. I should get going now.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Oh, somebody has put a lot of care and attention into that wiggle. He's a success. Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need, the need to ask questions. It's like you said the words a million times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes. Before you go, I have some questions for you. Yes. What is it they have against the police here? The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough, at least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. Where exactly is here? Where am I? You're in a hostel, sir. No, where are we? Where in the world? We're in Revachol? Easy success. Revachol? I'm going to assume it's like alcohol. Is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation half a century after a failed world revolution. She is central to our moment in time. Should that mean something to me? You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties. The accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Orange, another part of the world. Tell me, is it 51 now? It's 51. What century? The current century. And that's what? What number? Centuries don't have numbers, they have names, and this is the current one. How many centuries have there been then? Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir, she grinned. What's so funny? You're right, her expression turned serious. There is nothing funny about civilization. Your room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night? There was the usual ruckus, she shrugs. Loud disco music. Did I have any visitors? I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. She nods towards room 3. Loud disco music? Oh yes, various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you. Oh, that. Yeah, woo, the less said about oh, the better. We're huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, she sings, but we go on. Yeah, we go on all right. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. What happened? A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music, on repeats. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time you were yelling along to it. Was I singing this? Show her the empty case of the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that, and also that it doesn't matter anymore, and that we are alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. I'm sorry. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me. Then what happened? Then you started screaming and trashed the place. Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted? No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing the room. The window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped and furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming, and I think you passed out. Was there anything else? There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was fine by then, around 4 or 5. She nods. And that was it. Okay, we can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Okay. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. Right. So this little icon comes up when we hold down tab as well to show what we can interact with. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. I guess we're going downstairs. Ooh, excuse me. Ah, Revachol is pronounced Revachol. Orange is pronounced Orange. Classia. Not going to remember those. This portrait in the corner. I keep catching it at the corner of my eye. It's like... Right, we've got multiple things. This is where the lyrics should be. Oh, it's a music stand. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing to it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. So if the icon shows up as a colour, it's tied to a skill by the look of it. You should totally sing karaoke here the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed on the outside. It needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. What should I sing when it comes to it? So these are thoughts that we're having with our own brain. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Of course, they'll really get a gauge on my soul with that one. Says them right. Wipe that smirk off the face with your sad, tragic small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. New task, sing karaoke. You'd need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorise the lyrics, then ask the cafeteria manager to perform, preferably in the evening. More people at the bar then. Okay. A healing item. A water cooler. A menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Yeah, so all these things that show around our head are going to be things that we notice or thinking about. The sign reads, Mess Hall reserved for union members. Doors open 4 p.m. The Royal Pinball machine is unplugged. Oh, excuse me. I keep yawning. Do apologise. I've been up since 6:30 this morning and it's, what, 9 o'clock now? Where are we going? A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. We can't deal with that. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Not now. Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade with a twist of lemon? Maybe lime, maybe who cares? Just rum? No. I am not going to play the alcoholic cop. Right. The door is bolted. A sign reads, kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 p.m. Okay. Ah, if you double click, you can move faster. Got the cafeteria manager. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Empathy? Easy success. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now, he's purposefully ignoring you. Look at the stuffed bird. A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off that shield that was used to mount it. Most likely on a wall. Encyclopedia, medium success. This is a great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter. That's the great skua, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
I'm a cop and I talk to whomever I please. He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird. Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this? You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't. And it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all this time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject. Understood. Okay. Oh, we can zoom in and out as well. What's this guy doing? Well, he's sleeping. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. Pick up the pills. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. A tutorial agent. You just picked up medicine. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Click on the plus icon to heal your morale if you have morale damage. Okay. Hi.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
I guess we need to talk to this chap. Kim Kitsuragi. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this. But why? Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm. You realise he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your throat. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go. Don't really know my name.
Okay then.
He processes the information and disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Nope. What he means is he's been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you've been otherwise occupied. You mean him?
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right?
Yes.
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
No.
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time we detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
I can't remember anything. He looks at you for a moment in silence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I've seen officers go through much worse. Much worse. I don't know if he's French. He just sounds kind of French to my head, so I'm doing French for him. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Let's get going then. After you, officer. If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge? Wait, shouldn't I have a badge or something? You mean you don't have a badge? It wasn't on me when I woke up. Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. Lieutenant Kim Kusuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. He there. Right. So we need to go and get the body down. Summer door closed for the winter. Right, talk to the manager first. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Kim glances into his little notebook.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. I'm currently in between names.
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What is golden orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. and you're orange.
Oh. See? Everyone agrees it's your colour scheme. We're on the right track with this name
Is
thing.
this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Uh-huh.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias.
Ah, that's why he's a snobby git.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
Yes? The problem is, this is where you step in and ask questions. Right then, questions. I got this. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones. Where exactly is the body? Behind the building, there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoisted him up on a tree there. And how do we get there? That's easy. See that door there? He points to the west. First you exit through that. Then to your right you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they if he doesn't know? Before you said they hoisted him up on the tree, what did you mean by they? Well, it's a third person pronoun when you don't know the number or gender. Oh, he's a bit surprised you caught that. People are saying it was the union dock workers. It was a lynching. Who exactly is saying that? The locals, customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it. Did the Demajens themselves tell her this? Or is it a rumour? I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. Why would the dock workers lynch this man? I suppose it's because they have nothing better to do. You mean the strike? Yes, the strike. He makes little quotation marks with his fingers. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The Unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. Did you kill him? What? Are you crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. I have another question. The lieutenant turns the page in his little notebook he's been scribbling in. Why did Sylvie go away? She went away because none of your business. Have they not been telling you you're a cop? Am I not a cop? Everything is my business. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back and because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that. The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in the small pockets. Thank you, he says. Mystery solved. Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct. This stuff gets on my nerves. I'm a feminist. I guess I like to be thorough. Everything has something to do with everything. I don't know, I just went for it. You're right, I probably shouldn't have asked. I like to be thorough. Good for you. Is there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. That's all. 30 XP! Not so fast, he points to you. You owe me 130 real. What's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130... The IIR, or Interisolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe me some money. Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money? Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. He points to the red ledger on the counter. But what exactly is money? What do I owe this place for? Let's see. He dramatically turns a page in the ledger. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work, so don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work, maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. But what exactly is money? What are you, a philosopher? Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concept of reality. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or, he peeks into the ledger, or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Is this money? Yes, it is. Count them and give them to... That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40. Now, you see, that's a tinge of sadness in his voice. That's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130. But that's horrible. It is. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude being between what is asked of a person and what they have. Darkness rides. It does, doesn't it? What? There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop for, I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either. What happens now? He turns to the lieutenant. I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then he shrugs. Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Yamach, right? It's not that far away. I'll see what I can do. I'm sorry I couldn't help more. Creases line his forehead above the spectacles. You should hit this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car, okay? We'll have to get this investigation started now. The man wants to say something and then thinks better of it. Good luck. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank and this place sure isn't it. I have no idea. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? Up on Marvel Hill? Why did you say that? Do you know of a place called Marvel Hill? No. He thinks for a moment. Isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great high place, one that is impossible to climb back to. That doesn't sound like somewhere you could stay if you run out of money. I live in a dumpster. I don't care. Screw everything. Hobo cop. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? You can try. Put some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. This is just getting weirder and weirder. Didn't I want to go through this door? Was it this door? I don't know. Aha! We are outside! Ah, is this the massive hole? Perception. You see a set of tyre tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The tyre tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in the front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there. And then accelerated straight into the fence. Left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. What happened next? The driver stopped to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry. A car drove through the fence. Yeah, correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city. Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why. Is this connected to the case? I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate. You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went if you find the time. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump any water anymore. There's a tree in it. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. Oh, hold on. Looks like there's an awful lot to explore. Well, I suppose I should check out the actual controls and stuff. There's no 3D here. It is just zoom in and out. There's no rotation. What do we actually have in the way of? Not a lot. Looks like there's only a single save slot to work with. Ah, Capri Kanema. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery bearing the number 57. Vapour emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. So this is what woke us up. In the cabin, you were welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on the hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and a soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labelled Prime Line glows like a feline eye, and then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you from the static. This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you? Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on. Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times. Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you. This is Officer Alice Dimitri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I have something I need to report. Just a second, officer. She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar. 10-2, 10-5, this is the 41st. Come in, over. A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle smoking with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code. 10-4, station 41. I've got urgent business. 10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. Just reporting in. Over. 10-18, state your message, sir. I need to report my badge missing. 10-9, over. My badge, can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over. Is it him? A dry voice asks in the background. What does he want? Says he's lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? It's Officer Dick. Mullen, the best-selling Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity. Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you. Uh... 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you're in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over. Fuck me, Matt came here. You gotta hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge. What's going on? Super copy, he lost his badge. He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn badge. Could you all please just stop saying lost his badge for a moment? He asked you to please stop saying he lost his badge. Why? Did he find it? The room at the other end of the line erupts in volcanic laughter. Sergeant Torson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over. You don't have a comeback. Sorry, it's hard to think like this. Say nothing. He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. You can hear laughter in the background. Enough with this now. I have other things to discuss. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over. New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too. Sergeant Torson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over. Trivial success. Check your pockets. Check your... Holy... You don't know where it is, do you? I don't have my gun. Oh God, it's not here. Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone. Say nothing. Don't say anything. Remain silent with terror. Rhetoric, medium success. Just say you lost your gun. Anything else would make this situation work? That's affirmative. He says he doesn't have it. Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't heat. This isn't really a laughing matter. Matt can face the giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants. What? Ask him if he still has his wiener. I'm not going to... Ask him. Sergeant Torson here is wondering if you're still in possession of your genitalia. Over. That did not go well. I guess the important thing is that you followed protocol and reported your lost items. Don't think we need anything else. What's in the wagon? A heap of snow? Snow? Right. A boy? What are you doing, boy?
Kono's got this!
boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin. To be fair, he's not the most handsome.
Oh yeah, never could be Kuno.
Yells the other kid behind the fence. A moment of your time, please.
Can't talk, pig. She's coming up strong, throwing rocks.
Where is this kid from? Newcastle. Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what the juicy shit is all about. Juicy what now? I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno. Ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
He wipes sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
What should we do, Kim?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure, unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with them. Are you
The
siblings?
fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us f***s, Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
Interesting that they've censored the homophobic slur, but not the rest of the swearing. Look, I have questions for you.
Alright. Elsa saying the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
About the crime scene. You kids often play in the yard? Right, pig, this is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Do you want it? What do you know about the body? Shitload. If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I'd ask them who he is, how he got here, and the usual. The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Do you know who he was? I'm not reading that out. He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know. I meant who he was before he died. Do you know how it got up there? Probably climbed. He was busy down the road. Where did you go then? Okay, about the dead body. So he didn't kill him. Have you seen anyone suspicious around? Just a couple of pigs sniffing around the dirt. Let's talk about something else. Who's Kuno? Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield. The boy knows he has an addictive personality. Admirable insights. What? I'm just gonna leave. Wow, these guys are delightful. Weird. Also, oh, that's the thing behind the fence. I couldn't see it. Ladder for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. The hanged man. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. The cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. Why is it so bad? Active decay. The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose. Is it okay to throw up, officer? No one is judging. I'm going to turn away. So I guess we can't... Excuse me. I guess we can't cut him down. We talk to the other kids.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Child, converse with me. What are these strange words you use, girl?
I come from the woods, Kutavitu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Letter R wears a crown on the ribbon below, a light above descending. Okay. Trash container. His trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says whirling in rags. There's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the case, but still. Why am I looking at you, trash container? The body's downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death? Lieutenant, what do you think could be in here? Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence, too. Yes, I feel like there's something in there. I mean, feel. Just a hunch. How do we get the lock open? Orlitant? Okay. Kuno's got this. So far, there's a really interesting aesthetic. The characters, obviously, it's very text heavy, so not everything is going to be voice acted. There's going to be like thousands and thousands of lines of dialogue, of text dialogue in this. They're not going to be able to voice act all of that. It's really interesting. Obviously, it's a slow start, as it's always going to be with these kinds of games. You need to take your time with these kinds of games. So if you are the type of person that needs to get into the action straight away, this isn't really going to be the kind of game for you. This is a little bit more old school, where you really have to think and piece things together and read through all the different dialogue lines. But I do like this internal monologue that's constantly going on, where, because you are a detective, the items talk to you and the different parts of your subconscious talk to you. I think that's a really interesting mechanic. Either way, we're an hour and 25 minutes into this video as it is, so I think I'm going to leave it there. It's also interesting that time's ticking in real time. I like the way the game world changes as well. So that's Disco Elysium. I'm quite enjoying it, but I also know that it's slow. and therefore I do feel like it's going to take me a while to get into, which, and I don't really think it's something that is designed to be watched. You know, as attractive a game as it is, I think it's very much the kind of game that you play for yourself on your own rather than play for an audience. I think it would be an interesting game maybe to stream if you've got a bit of audience participation, but I don't think anybody would really want to watch a series on YouTube of this. Maybe you'd want to check out the results of different actions for specific things that happen in the plot, but just a general, this is a guy playing this game. You know, past this kind of introductory, you know, this is what the game's like thing. I don't think I'd want to watch somebody play this. Really, it's more a game of, yeah, I'll play this when I've got time. I can just do another few conversations. I can find out a bit more. Can piece things together. But yeah, it's a detective game, and I like detective games. I like piecing things together. I like trying to work things out for myself. And as I say, I do very much like this visual style and all of the different kind of options that we've got here. I can level up. I've got some skill points. Don't think it told me. Thought cabinet. Sort thoughts. I'm hoping there's going to be some kind of tutorial for this at some point, but maybe there won't be. Either way, this definitely looks very much like a thinking person's game. An old school CRPG, slow paced. I'm assuming there's going to be combat and stuff in it because, you know, there is a health system, and it can't all just be, oh, you've turned on the light and it's killed you because you're hungover. There's got to be more to it than that. But yeah, this has been an hour and a half, the first hour and a half of the game. Well, I suppose not the first hour and a half of the game, probably the first hour of the game, plus one death in the first 20 minutes or so. Good times. Either way, Disco Elysium. Really, really interesting concepts and really, really interesting aesthetic, and world building so far has been interesting, but a definite slow burn. And therefore, I'm not in any position after an hour and a half to give any kind of verdict on the game. This is going to be a long game, I would think, and a big game. And it's difficult to try and offer up any kind of definitive thoughts on that based on a fairly short period of play. Either way, that's been Demajen Tries Disco Elysium. Hope you've enjoyed watching me discover some things in this game. As I said, not going to be doing a series on this because I don't think it's very watchable. I think it's a game that's designed to be played in your own time, at your own pace. And also, with the amount of dialogue, either I'd have to do a lot of very silly voices, or I'd just wreck my throat trying to read everything out. If you are interested in seeing me play a bit more of this, or finding out my opinions later on, do let me know in the comments below. And if it's a game that you're definitely interested in, you've picked up for yourself, again, let me know and tell me a little bit about what you've seen that you really like. Don't spoil any plot stuff for me, though, because I will be playing more. Until next time, folks, cheers for watching, and toodle pip. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, Cheerio.